everyone. It's a bit of a windy day today. I've treated the headlight bezel with some rust killer, and I'm going to treat it with some zinc primer. Now, hope you can see from the camera. I've already warmed this up in a bucket of water with the colour paint, and I'm going to give this a number of coats. I've left it to sit for a while, give it an extra bit of rust killer down here because it did look rather plain. Maybe it's just because it's clean metal down there. But yeah, I'm going to paint the back first, then flip it over and paint the front. And it's a bit windy today, but I've got no choice in the matter. I have to paint this. The reason why I'm painting it this way round is because of this arm. It's just easier to do it while it's there like that. Well, it's starting to dry quite nicely. So I'll let that dry, I'll come back, I'll paint the other side, give it a coat. I'm not even sure if that dent is supposed to be there. It was there already, so I'm just going to leave it. So I'll come back when I'm doing the top coat. Okay, so I've put like 3 coats on the back of it, and I've actually just created like a little spray booth in this old cabinet. Used to be on the fish tank, used to sit on it. So try and keep the wind out and keep the sun on the item I'm painting. So let's give this side a coat. I know I said I was going to come back when I did the colour, but this is kind of like, you need to see a bit more of it really. So this is not very professional, but I'm not a professional. But this is better than what it was. And I will turn it upside down and do the edge down there as well. So we'll wait for that to dry. And yeah, I'll come back. Have I got everything on that inside? I didn't get the arm in there, did I? There we go. That's the inside of that arm. That's looking really good already. I still need to find someone who can do these little clips that go in there in 3D printing. So I'm going to look online shortly and try and find someone. There must be somebody local to me who can do 3D printing. There must be. Okay, I've got to be quick with this because it's getting cloudy. It's getting cloudy here. And yeah, I've got to get my little spray booth painting done before the weather turns. Cloud is coming. I'm going to do the back first, because that's the first thing I painted and I've been alternating, so here we go. That's a fantastic colour, isn't it? It's the original colour of the car. I'm just going to move that a bit further forward so I can get to the edges. I may have put a bit too much paint on there. I think I may have put a bit too much paint on, but that is on the back of the light bezel. It's quite a colour. No wonder they use this on the factory cars. It is quite a nice blue. That is nice. Oh. Makes you wonder why it was painted over, because it's just such a nice vibrant colour. Hey guys, welcome back. We are getting in the Rover today because we have to go and get something for Teecee. So I've already taken them off the car, so we are getting 2 brand new tyres, and oddly enough this one is from 2006 and this one is from 2010, but for some strange reason they're 155s, both of them 155s. I asked for 156s, so that's what we're going to go and get now. I'll come back to you when we're at the car shop, or the tyre shop even. Here they are. These are the new tyres. These are Falcon, yep, Falcon Sincera SN832 Eco Runs. So these are 165/7013s. This is correct, and as you can probably tell, they're chunky. I mean, okay, back home with both tyres. So yeah, because that wheel is not on that side right now, because I had to kind of jiggery pokery get to the spare wheel. So I'm going to put that one on the front there, lower the car down, get it out, and then move all the tyres around. So I've got the 2 tyres that are on the front of them, on the back at the moment, on the front. These 2 are on the back, and then that wheel that's there goes back in the boot. Well, the tyres are on. Well, this one is on. I'm leaving the dog dish off for now because they need to be torqued up correctly, and the ugga-dugga gun doesn't kind of do that. So the one on the other side is correct, so that's all good. That looks nice. I'm happy with that. Now the issue I have is that this tyre was on the back of the car. Now, yeah, don't I know this is completely obvious, but there's some nasty cracks in there, and I don't really fancy driving a long way with those tyres on there like that. So unfortunately it means I've got to buy more tyres before I can go to the NEC, that tyre is a 155. It's actually a 155/80/13, which is wrong. It needs to be a 165/70/13, like that one. But that one is, I can't even find the year on it. And it's a Jinyu Gallo Pro, and I'd never heard of Jinyu before, but it is the correct size. So yeah, that's an issue. Still got the engine not running quite right. It needs to go for a run. It hasn't gone for a run for ages, but I've got to sort the headlight out. So I'm waiting for the chap to get back to me regarding that. And I've got 2 weeks left till the NEC. So I've got to get this thing sorted. I'm hopefully hearing from a workshop nearby regarding a manual conversion for the carburettor. Because running it, well, hang on. Had it running just now, and the amount of fumes being pumped out the back is ridiculous. And yeah, this engine, it's not quite happy. But either way, I've got to get it to the NEC. Can't let them down. But at least that key is working. So let's get the car fired up and we'll back him into the garage. Not going to click the bonnet down, there's no point really. Alright. Into reverse. Oh, hang on. I can't at the moment, can I? I've forgotten something. There's a brick. There we go. Had to move that. It's going to conk out. No, he's not. The car actually rocks when I do that. Right. Yes, your handheld. Don't worry, I'm in a car park, kind of. Right. Car into reverse. I need to adjust my mirror. There we go, that's better. Right. I haven't put the dog dishes back on because there's no point. If I do need to buy new tyres, it's got the right angle. There's an angle bar. People are asking me how I get this car so close to the wall. This is kind of how I do it. I've got 2 motorcycle tyres against the wall behind me. One moment. So yeah, I'm pretty close to the wall. That end isn't quite so close to the wall in that far corner, but I have 2 big motorcycle tyres behind me. So what we're going to do now, for some reason it's tried to, yeah, the screen was doing something then. Don't know why. Right, so what I'm going to do is go home, I'm putting everything away, and I'm going to come back choky again in here. I'm going to come back and I've got some panel clips to put in the back of the car. Oh, smoky again. I have found that puddle is coming from the very bottom of the sensor for the radiator fan at the front there. This here, where it's wired into the pipes, I think one of the Jubilee clips might be slightly weeping, so it needs to be tightened up. See, I get very close to the wall, look. Very close. I'm getting used to doing that. So there's plenty of room down the side of the garage, look. Let's grab this other wheel. The one that's heavily cracked. But this is going to have to go. It's going to have to go. That's a terrible tyre. So yeah, tidy everything up and I'll come back to you. Yum! Welcome to the inside of Teecee. It's a bit dark because we're inside the garage, and we have the inside panel off this side of the car. That's out the front. There's me. I'm here as well. Hey, hello. Now, what I was hoping to do today was fit a set of these. Now, that hole is correct. I haven't tested that one down there yet. And this one at the back there looks correct. And that one looks correct. And all of the ones in the tailgate look correct. As in diameter-wise for the new grommets. That's got to go in the holes. So that's a new grommet in there. Or a snap sack, they call it. No idea why they call it a snap sack. A bit weird. But there we go. That's one there. Now, yeah, that one went in that hole. But these holes here, they look too small. And I really don't want to try and force it. So it looks like I'm going to have to measure that and order more, unfortunately. Let's try this one down here. Oh, that's going in. There we go. So that goes in there. And then when this panel goes on, we put the fir tree in there and it will hold the panel in position. So, yeah, hopefully you can get these panels to stay on when we go up to the NEC. That one's got to come out there. Put all the clips in the back of this one because this doesn't have a panel just yet. So I have been told that there will be a panel for me at the NEC as well as replacement panels of these. So even though I painted these when I was working on the Cortina, there is a film of me painting these, I believe, but I could be wrong. But the ones that are coming are black, but I don't mind repainting them because I think they're carpeted, the ones that are coming, and there's also a carpet to go here as well. So I'm going to get on and replace that one up there and just put this panel in position and put the fir trees in. I will have to have a look online and get some more of these blooming things. What a pain in the bum. going in nicely. Most of them. It's a bit dark down there. There we go. Unfortunately, I've got to get that one back out because it's the wrong one. That one there. So once the back panel is on here, well actually no, once I, hang on, that's in. Yeah, once I put all these, clip these in, before I go to the NEC, I want to put in some sound deadening in here. I've still got some more sheets of it at home. Get some in behind there as well. That side might be a problem because there's a bit of rust. Yeah, I think anything really is going to bring down that echo. I know it's rusty. Go on, in you go. There we go. There's 30 of these in a pack, and they're $9.99 for 30 of them. I ordered these. They came from Bresco. I may have mentioned it before. Literally the day I ordered them, the guy sent them out and they turned up the following day, which was astonishing, really. Really fast delivery times. Really fast. So, yeah, very pleased at that. Right, 2 more left on the tailgate, other than that white one, which is wrong. There we go. Last one for now. And the only downside of the fir trees that the guy sent me, I'll show you what the fir trees look like. The fir trees are in this little bag here. Now I'm going to have to be quick because the GoPro's battery is running down a bit. The guy who sent them to me, these ones, can you see? There we go. This one here has got a little cone on the tip of it there, look. Now with that cone, it sticks out too far of the snapsack. So what I did is I snipped the end off using a pair of grips, and it fits and it works. So no need to send them back, just cut the end off. And I'll put on the other snapsacks, and I won't bother doing this bit. It's not really the most exciting thing in the world. Hi everyone. Yeah, continuing on from the last bit, I can't remember what the last bit was because there's been a bit of time between videoing because I've had this nasty bug that's going around. Twice, I might add. Anyway, we're back in the garage with Teecee. Now, I got back to the car the other day to find that the battery was completely flat for no good reason. I went out and bought fuel for the car. I drove Teecee to go and get fuel, and that was just after I replaced the driver's side front tyre because it was the wrong size. It was a 155/70/13, not a 156. So now all tyres are the same size, both rear tyres match, both front tyres match. They're not matching each other, but they match each for their respective axle. So yeah, went to start the car and nothing, just completely dead. Didn't even go tick tick, you know, just tick the ignition, nothing. So charged the battery up overnight. Actually no, that's a lie, I didn't, because I don't trust leaving the battery on charge overnight. Charged it for about 7 hours during the day, went to sleep, charged it the following day for about 4 hours, maybe more,
and it was reading 13.8 volts. Well, I thought that would be decent enough. So I checked it the following day and it had dropped a volt. So brought it up, bolted onto Teecee, and it started first time immediately. Come on, Teecee. God, this bonnet is heavy. Either that or I'm just feeling weak from when I was ill. Anyway, we are back up here now. So I bought myself a new multimeter, which I conveniently put down the side of the battery and forgot it was there. So this is from Lidl. It's Parkside, and you can also check resistance, I think that is. So, sorry, cut my blooming face off there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the battery set there, and that's the one for checking voltage. I know it's reading something already, I don't understand why. Maybe there's something wrong with it. I don't know. So let's, without even starting the car, without even turning on the kill switch, because that's in the car as well now, let's see if we can get a reading on what the battery's doing, even though I haven't touched it since yesterday. It's reading 12.81 volts. So it hasn't lost any power, thankfully. But when I had the engine running yesterday, the voltage was reading 13.2 and dropping. So my thinking is that the alternator wasn't putting out enough juice. And it's the wrong alternator, because when I bought it, when I was working on the car up near Birmingham, I was running out of money, so I just bought the cheapest one I could find that looked correct, and sadly it wasn't. So I had to modify the bracket that holds the alternator to the side of the engine. Annoyingly, these brackets are not easy to come by and they're expensive. So last year I bought one for £40 and it's vanished on me. It's grown legs and just walked away. So I don't know what's happened to that, but now I have this brand spanking new, bought from a local supplier near me, and it looks correct. I watched a video that Teecee put out and it looks exactly the same as this. So what I'm going to have to do is get the old one off. This is quite weighty. Get the old one off, take off the bolts, all the washers and everything. Let's see if this lines up. I know it won't, so I'm going to have to put in washers and spacers and stuff to get this one to line up correctly. So I don't know if I'm going to get you in to film it. It's not the easy, well, it's all right to work on. It's not too bad, but it's just getting the camera in a decent angle, and I don't have my GoPro with me or my DSLR. It's just the phone today. So yeah, I'm going to get on with this and I'll bring you back when I feel appropriate. Okay, so after frantically searching through even bike parts, because I had no idea where it was, I looked in this cupboard, I looked in that cupboard, I looked in the metal box at the end, and I found out this cupboard here was empty, so I put all the springs in there from the suspension. So I'll move this at some point and try and find a home for the grease can. So searching through all these as well, just to double check that I hadn't left them somewhere, and lo and behold, I was turning around and I booted that, and it's got all the old brakes from when I got the car, and weirdly it was in there. What was in there? I'll show you what was in there. The alternator bracket I bought last year. Amazingly, it ended up in with the brakes. So the original one, well actually the one that was on the engine, should I say, as in the original one, was kind of butchered slightly to make the alternator fit. Focus, please. And you can see all the grind marks and everything where we managed to make it fit. So I'm going to get this bugger off and swap them over. and hopefully the new one will fit on properly. Okay, so I've had to tie my hair back because working in an engine with long hair, not a good idea. Anyway, just turn you round and point you down. This is probably the easiest way of doing it. Right, there you go. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, hang on, getting caught in the blooming thingy bob. Right, there we go, alternator. Can you see that? Maybe not. There we go, alternator, brand spanking new and shiny. So that's all bolted in and connected. Actually, I might be able to spin you round actually, so it makes it a bit easier on me. No, it won't let me do anything. Blooming phones. Yeah. Oh, it's a manual choke. You can hold it open and it carries on working. This one won't. See what the voltage is putting out. 14.53. Whereas before it was barely putting out 13. I can definitely feel there's more power in the engine due to that alternator. Right, let's shut him off because the fumes are terrible. Okay, so now that little job is done, I have literally put Teecee's one side on ramps, one at the front and one at the back. Had to use the jack and chocks of wood just to get him up in the air, and at that angle as well, he is not touching the wall. Considering I park so close to it, he is not touching the wall at any point. So now I need to get underneath and have a look. I'll try and take you with me so we can have a look at together and see what we find. Okay, so we are underneath Teecee, and that is the bush I replaced in there, the rubber donut, and inside the rubber donut is the bearing. So that was replaced, yet if I do over 50 miles an hour, this thing rattles like nobody's business, just like it did before I changed the bearing in the bush. So let's get under here and see if we can give this a shake. And oh, it doesn't feel loose. I might give that bolt a nip up, but I mean that there is solid with that end there, so that can't be out of alignment. So we go to this here, and we go all the way along there, and that's a Y shape. So I'm kerfuffled as to what could possibly be wrong here. Oh, hang on. Oh, okay, it's kind of pulled out slightly. And you're not going to get... There, see those teeth? Just in there, that is supposed to be flush with the one on the inside. So that is a problem. I'm going to have to get in there and tighten that up. And that's quite a tight space. So let's see how we go. Let's find out what size it is, and let's see if we can tighten that up, and hopefully that'll improve things. That has come loose on its own. That's not good. Okay, let's do that and I'll come back. As you can see, the prop shaft is out, and the problem, I think, is this bolt in here. Where you bolt the two pieces together there, it won't focus. You can see a bolt in there. It's not in properly, it didn't do it properly, and it came loose. So that needs to be fixed. So I'll be doing that now. As you can see, the prop shaft is in the bench vise in the garage, and here is the join. So if you look in there, you can see a mark of paint. Now, if you look there, you can see a mark of paint. Now, I did that when I was working on the car before, and I think I must have got it slightly out, because from what I can see there, it's pretty bang on. And this bolt in here wasn't fully tightened. So I'm going to tighten that up now, tap the side up so it locks it, because I don't think I tightened this down enough, and then get this back on the car. I did lose a little bit of oil from the gearbox, but I've got more. I can top it up. It's easy enough to do. So I'll come back to you. Well, this will be the second time trying to record the ending, because the first ending was not good at all. Teecee's prop shaft is bolted back on properly. I did check the alignment on the spline in the centre where the bearing and the bush are, and it was one tooth out, literally one tooth out. So I unbolted that, put it all back in together. I tightened down the centre bolts, which squeezes everything together, and there's a U shape, like a U clamp kind of. It's a washer with one bit missing. There we go. And then there's a tab washer that goes on top of that, which goes around the bolt. The tab goes in the little space in between the U-shaped thingy, and the other side you tap up to stop the bolt from moving. So yeah, I'd forgotten to tap the thingy back up, hadn't I? Silly me. So that's done. I've been underneath the wheel arches, and I've just given them a bit of touch of red oxide, just because there was a few exposed bits of rust, and I am going to be looking at that when I get back with a big wire wheel and a drill, and some proper paint and rust killer and preventative stuff. So thank you very much for watching this video. I know it's been really long. If you wish to help the channel out, there is a Patreon page I've got. Even though there's not many people there, you're more than welcome to join if you like. There's PayPal, which I prefer actually. I'll put the PayPal link in the description, because otherwise YouTube eat some of it if you give like a video like thingy. So not long now until we go to the NEC. Literally, it's literally a couple of days. I'm getting stuck here between the toolbox and the car. It's a tiny little gap. So yeah, that's done. I put a new headlight in there because the bulb had blown, so that one works. That headlight works, and that pilot light, the cable snapped. Haven't checked the indicator yet. Might just do that tomorrow. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. I appreciate every single one of you. We're getting so close to 1,400 subs. We're getting there. We're getting there. Or was it 1,350? I can't remember. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you like this, what you see, keep watching. And if you're new, feel free to subscribe and like or dislike. I don't care. It's all positive. So thank you very much, everyone. Ta-ta for now. Oh, I'll see some of you at the NEC.